Charlie Munger once said, the first $100,000 is a bitch, but you gotta do it. And he's right. Getting to $100,000 is the hardest financial milestone you'll ever hit. But here's what nobody tells you. What you do after you hit $100,000 determines whether you stay middle class or become actually wealthy. Most people celebrate, relax, and then make massive mistakes that cost them decades of wealth building. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly what to do once you hit $100,000 saved. These are the moves that separate people who stay at $100,000 from people who turn it into millions. And I'm going to reveal the one move at the end that could accelerate your wealth by 10 years. Stick around. This could change everything. All right, let's talk about $100,000. This is the inflection point. This is where wealth building goes from a grind to exponential growth. And the reason is simple. Compound interest starts working in your favor in a way that it never has before. But here's the problem. Most people hit $100,000 and have no idea what to do next. They keep doing the same things that got them here, and they wonder why their wealth doesn't explode like they expected. The strategies that get you to $100,000 are not the same strategies that get you from $100,000 to $1 million. So today, I'm breaking down the exact playbook. These are the moves wealthy people make at this stage. And if you execute these correctly, your next $100,000 will come faster than your first. Let's dive in. Step 1. Don't touch it. Seriously, don't first thing first. Once you hit $100,000, the biggest temptation is to spend it. You've been grinding, sacrificing, living below your means. And now you finally have 6 figures. Your brain says, I deserve a new car, a vacation, an upgrade. Stop right there. This is the trap that keeps people stuck at $100,000 forever. Here's why. The difference between $0 and $100,000 took you maybe 5 to 10 years of hard work. But the difference between $100,000 and $200,000? That could happen in 3 to 4 years if you don't touch it. Why? Compound interest. At $100,000 invested with a 10% annual return, you're making $10,000 a year doing absolutely nothing. That's $833 per month in passive growth. At $200,000, that becomes $20,000 a year. At $500,000, it's $50,000 a year. But if you pull out $30,000 for a car, you're not just losing $30,000. You're losing the compounding on that $30,000 for the next 20 years. That's easily $200,000 in future wealth. Rule. Number 1. Once you hit $100,000, pretend you're still broke. Keep living below your means. Let that money work. Step 2. Maximize tax-advantaged accounts. Once you have $100,000, you need to become obsessed with tax efficiency. Here's what most people miss. It's not about how much you make. It's about how much you keep after taxes. At this level, taxes become your biggest expense. If you're not strategic, you're giving away 25% to 35% of your growth to the government. Here's what you need to do. Max out your 401k, $23,000 per year for 2024. That's $23,000 that grows tax-free. Max out your Roth IRA, $7,000 per year. Tax-free growth forever. HSA, if you have one, $4,150 per year. Triple tax advantage. Deductible going in, grows tax-free, withdraws tax-free for medical. That's $34,150 per year in tax advantage space. If you're married, it's double. Why does this matter at $100,000? Because once you're investing $30,000 to $40,000 per year, the tax savings alone could be $8,000 to $12,000 annually. That's real money that stays in your pocket instead of going to Uncle Sam. If you haven't maxed these out yet, this is priority number 1. Step 3. Diversify beyond just stocks. Once you hit $100,000, you have enough capital to start real diversification. Most people get to $100,000 with a simple strategy. Save money, dump it into index funds, repeat. And that works. But once you're at $100,000, you should start thinking about asset classes beyond just stocks. Here's what I mean. Real estate. You can now afford a down payment on an investment property. $100,000 could be down payments on 2 or 3 rental properties depending on your market. Real estate gives you cash flow, tax benefits, and appreciation. Bonds or fixed income. As you build wealth, you want to protect it. Adding 10% to 20% in bonds reduces volatility and gives you dry powder for crashes. Alternative investments. REITs, commodities, peer-to-peer lending. Not huge allocations, but small percentages that reduce correlation to the stock market. Why diversify now? Because at $100,000, you have enough that a 50% market crash would wipe out $50,000. That's real money. Diversification protects you from catastrophic losses. You're not just building wealth anymore. You're also protecting it. Step 4. Increase your income aggressively. Here's the secret nobody talks about. At $100,000 saved, your income becomes more important than your savings rate. Think about it. If you're saving $10,000 a year, that's great. But if you can increase your income by $20,000 and save half of that, you just doubled your savings rate. Once you hit $100,000, it's time to get aggressive about earning more. Ask for a raise. If you haven't asked in the last year, you're leaving money on the table. Switch jobs. Job hoppers make 20% to 30% more than people who stay put. Start a side hustle. Consulting, freelancing, online business. Even an extra $1,000 a month is $12,000 a year. Invest in skills, certifications, courses, coaching, whatever increases your earning potential. Here's why this is critical at the $100,000 mark. Your first $100,000 came from saving and discipline. Your next $500,000 will come from earning more and investing it wisely. You can only cut expenses so much. But income is unlimited. At this stage, focus on increasing your income as much as possible and dumping that extra income straight into investments. Step 5. Build multiple income streams. Once you have $100,000, you have enough capital to start building passive income streams. This is where wealth building accelerates. Most people rely on one income source, their job, but wealthy people have multiple streams working simultaneously. Here's what you can build with $100,000. Dividend stocks. $100,000 in dividend stocks paying 4% gives you $4,000 per year in passive income. That's $333 per month. Rental property. A rental property with a $25,000 down payment could cash flow $300 to $500 per month. Online business. Use $5,000 to $10,000 to build a digital product, course, or service business. Index funds. Continue buying index funds for long-term growth. The goal is to create income streams that don't require you to trade your time for money. Why does this matter? Because once your passive income covers your expenses, you're financially free. You work because you want to, not because you have to. At $100,000, you're not there yet, but you're close enough to start building the infrastructure. Step 6. Protect your wealth. Insurance and estate planning. Once you hit $100,000, you officially have something to lose. And that means you need to protect it. Most people at this stage have zero asset protection, no umbrella policy, no estate plan, no proper insurance. Here's what you need. Umbrella insurance policy. Costs $200 to $500 per year and covers you for $1 million to $2 million in liability. One lawsuit without this could wipe you out. Term life insurance. If you have dependents, you need life insurance. At least 10 times your annual income. Disability insurance. Protects your income if you can't work. Critical if you're still in your earning years. Estate planning. At $100,000, you should have a will. At $500,000 plus, you need a trust. Why does this matter? Because building wealth is hard. Losing it is easy. One car accident, one lawsuit, one medical emergency, and everything you've built can disappear. Protect yourself now while it's cheap. The cost of insurance is nothing. Compared to the cost of losing everything, Step 7. Set your next milestone and create a plan. Once you hit $100,000, celebrate for a day. Then set your next goal. The momentum you have right now is powerful. Don't lose it. Your next milestone should be $250,000, and here's how you get there. Calculate your savings rate. How much are you saving per month? Calculate your investment returns. Assume 8% to 10% annually. Set a timeline. With $100,000 invested and saving $2,000 per month, you'll hit $250,000 in about 4 to 5 years. Here's what you need to understand. Each milestone comes faster than the last. $0 to $100,000 might have taken 7 years. $100,000 to $250,000 might take 4 years. $250,000 to $500,000 might take 3 years. $500,000 to $1 million might take 3 to 4 years. Why? Compound interest. The more you have, the faster it grows. But you need a plan. Write it down, track it monthly, stay focused. All right, let's recap what you need to do once you hit $100,000 saved. 1. Don't touch it. Keep living below your means. 2. Max out tax-advantaged accounts. 3. Diversify beyond just stocks. 4. Increase your income aggressively. 5. Build multiple income streams. 6. Protect your wealth with insurance and estate planning. 7. Set your next milestone and create a plan. Here's the truth. $100,000 is just the beginning. This is where the real wealth building starts. Most people never get here, but you did. And that puts you in the top 10% already. Now it's about making smart moves, staying disciplined, and letting compound interest do the heavy lifting. Your first $100,000 was about hustle and sacrifice. Your next $500,000 is about strategy and patience. Execute this plan, and I'll see you at the $1 million mark. If this helped you, smash that like button, subscribe for more wealth-building strategies, and drop a comment. How long did it take you to save your first $100,000? Or if you're not there yet, what's your timeline? I'll see you in the next one. Now go execute.
I put together a free PDF called The Money Leaks Checklist, Anus Tamus 2025 edition. It breaks down the 10 biggest places people lose money without realizing it, and how you can plug those leaks today. If you want to stop wasting cash and redirect it into savings or investments, grab it free. The link is in the description and pinned comment. Download it now. It takes 10 seconds, and at Pollen Glancer persuasive. And it might be the most profitable thing you do today.